Talks. Today we have amazing another guest, a new guest for you, someone new. And guys, we are waiting for you here. On the beginning, we wanted to tell you we are so sorry for all the technical problems. Really, so sorry. It's not Friday 13th, and somehow, technicalities, they didn't work the way they should be. So we are here waiting for you. We can see that you are joining again our meeting. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being patient. Believe me, people here from the technical team were sweating and getting stressed. Yeah,
That's true.
if you were going to get into our meeting here, but I can see that all of you who were there joined our new meeting. So today we wanted to, on the beginning, as an entry information, remind you a few technicalities about our meeting.
Very important issues that we have to tell you from the very beginning. The very first thing that we was saying about last time that we will repeat the next time. We all are corona free here. That's why we're sitting here without masks.
Yeah.
Me and my wonderful colleague
And our
and
guest,
our guest.
everyone healthy?
Everyone is healthy, everyone is clear and corona free. The second thing that we want to point out your attention at is that if you want to say something, please turn on the microphone. But if you want just type something or during your listening to us, please turn the microphones off and enjoy our Lazarski talks. Another very important technical issue is that if you want to say something, we would really love to ask you about putting on your headphones so we don't have any more technical problems from that side. So, what else?
What else? We just wanted to remind you again that because this meeting is for everyone who is joining, so we wanted to say that the general language that we are going to use here, language of an instruction, is going to be English. So if you want to take part, which we encourage you to do actually, please do it in English. Our meeting is going to look exactly same way as it looks before. So after our, sorry, a little bit longer and boring introduction, we will go to our amazing guest that will share few important things with us today.
Yes. So, let us start from thanking you once again for showing up. Thank you very much for being on time. And we are,
Thanks.
yes. And we all are going to have a wonderful meeting with our guest, but he's going to tell you more about himself. From the very beginning, I want to point out that the most important issue of today's meeting is the emphasis on the academic stuff that you guys need to know, because there is a lot of fun at Lazarski University. At the same time, you have a lot of opportunities that we think you have to know about. So let us start from the introducing. I'm very happy to introduce my friend and my ex-classmate, Mr. Yulian, who will tell you more about himself. Thank you very much for coming. We're really happy to have you here. And tell us more.
Yeah, tell us more about yourself first.
Well, as you mentioned, my name is Yulian. My second name is Skoropadyk, not Skoropadyk, which is a mistake which I forgive you for. It's not a problem. This has happened to me multiple times in my life, but that's great. Yes, as you mentioned, I am a lecturer here at Lazarski University. I teach a very scary subject called investment analysis.
Wow.
It's a great subject, very interesting. I dare to tell you. I actually think that you should have taken it to see the real life of financial world. So, as a matter of fact, I have graduated this university as well. I have liked it so much that I decided to stay here for longer. I decided to tie my life to this university to give it more of my power, of my energy, and I hope I am succeeding.
Well, you definitely
Are there any students here, Yulian students here? If you are here, you have a unique opportunity to ask him all the questions that you will not be able to ask at the class, right?
Wow.
And not just about the financial world that is very scary for a lot of people here.
Right. So all the questions that we would like to ask you today during the interview are here not without a reason. As some of you were actually so kind to share after the last interview some matters, some topics that are the most interesting for you. So we want to use all of these suggestions, all of these things, actually to ask you about this. But guys, remember that at the same time, you can ask any questions directly. So if you want to write down the questions in the chat here, if you are less brave or if you are more brave, you want to take your hand up and actually ask the question out loud, please feel free to do so.
Because just to remind you, we are here just to give you the opportunity to talk, to listen to a wonderful guest who knows a lot, not just about the financial and very scary world for a lot of management students, but he has a lot of opportunities to share with you as an ex-student of Lazarski University and, as a matter of fact, as a lecturer now. So, what are we starting with?
Warsaw Business Games. Tell us a little bit more about this. What actually is a Warsaw Business Game?
How did you get there?
Yeah, how did you get there? And what was the outcome of the Warsaw Business Games?
Well, first of all, I probably want to brag about winning the Warsaw Business Game. That's the outcome, right? I want to brag about it. I'm a bit a selfish person, so why not, right? So definitely, I want to tell you that Warsaw Business Game is an financial investing project that we had to do in literally 3-hour time. We had to come up with a presentation about an investment project for a company called Panic, a car sharing
But it was about business and marketing too at the same time, right?
Well, I did the financial part mostly, but I was like, I remember that there was this financial guy, marketing girl stuff in our team, and I was doing the big picture thing and the strategy probably, partially with finance, and it was a great. I mean, it's not my first experience in stuff like that, right? I've done CFA Institute Research Challenge, I've done KSE Case Champ, so. I am familiar with this, and to be perfectly honest, I was amazed of the level, knowing that it was organized by students and just merely graduated students. So that is extremely nice to see that it is so professional, and it was very nice to participate and of course winning.
Who can take part in the Warsaw Business Games? Because this is one of these very interesting initiatives that we want to promote among all of the students, right? So those who are listening to us too.
Yeah, so if you are a student, if you want to try yourself, just go ahead, just follow the WBG on anything, on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. I know from inside information that this year it's not going to happen because of,
Pandemics.
An awful thing, right?
Right.
But look forward to it. I'm definitely sure that it is going to happen
next year.
Fingers
crossed. We all hope that we will be able, like the team of Warsaw Business Game that I am a proud member on, we really have the hopes that we're going to have an ability to make it real next year. So guys, please, this is a wonderful opportunity. I'm telling you, as a member of organizing team of Warsaw Business Game,
and I'm telling you that this is a wonderful opportunity from the other side, right? It's a great thing, and we met so many interesting people there, right?
Yeah, and you know what I really like? I want to point that out from the very beginning, that this is a marvelous thing from my perspective, that, me and Yulian, we were studying together at Lazarski University. And then we had an ability to meet each other in very different environments. We had an ability to work in different projects together from different perspectives. And now we are, as a matter of fact, colleagues at different faculties at the same time. It is a wonderful thing about Lazarski University that we honestly felt so much in love with this university that we decided to keep working here as the lecturers, right?
So from point of view of completely blank person, let's assume I'm completely blank person and I'm a young student of Lazarski University or any other university, and I'm interested to take part in this kind of similar initiatives. Where shall I find such an activities for students? Because I understand that Warsaw Business Games and others activities such are open, right, for everyone to join. So where to find such an interesting activities?
Well, we are living in 21st century, for God's sake. So where do you find it? On the internet, of course. Like you have these things at your home, like laptops, phones, whatever. So look it up. Look up people who do something interesting, and then you will find it. And make connections that with people who are interested in that too. If you check 20% of websites, and your friend checks another 20%, in total you have an information of 40, well, maybe 30 if you check common websites, right? So your chances of finding some great opportunities are higher. Just do it. Just look for it. Just be engaged in that kind of stuff, right?
Right. And for example, if I would be your student and you would be my professor, do you think that, do you yourself personally as a tutor, are you informing students, for example, about this kind of opportunities?
If I knew something is coming up, sure, why not? I would probably even do it directly to some students that I believe are really capable of and interested. What is more important, not only capable but interested in things like that, that they want to do this. I know that they can try.
They are active, right?
Yeah. I can see that this particular guy X is very active in class. Why not tell him you should go try yourself in X competition or something else, right? Why not?
Okay.
I think this is a very important thing to inform all of the students, but sometimes it's very important to supervise them in this action. So I'm saying that I'm completely sure 100% when we're going to have not if, but when we're going to have, for example, Worst of This Game 2021, Yulian will be the one who's going to inform all of the students, but I think you will point out some guys that you really think can win this competition, and you will help them, just help them showcase more than others.
I imagine it like that I would come to a class, say, there is this thing coming up, Warsaw Business Games. I think you should try. And particularly you would excel in it. Why don't you try? Well, probably about excelling, I would say it individually, not in front of everyone, but but you get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Right. So as well, it is super important. What is your engagement into class? Especially now, in the pandemic time when you have classes on Microsoft Teams, I don't know, group of 50 students, and everyone was switched off camera. And when the teacher has a question, it's like, shh.
You share my
no
pain.
one there.
Yes, we don't like that.
No one there. Guys, it is so important to be active at the class.
It really
and
is.
really, believe me, like you can imagine I can imagine whatever teachers feel. If, for example, we are just talking, to a blank space, to a wall.
We're just talking to each other.
Yeah, we're just talking to each other, and there is no reaction on the other side, on the other hand side. So, as our teachers, you here our practitioners are very engaged into making your life more interesting. Okay.
So don't miss that opportunity.
Don't miss this opportunity. Be more active at the class. Okay. They are not winches. This is encouragement actually to simply show yourself. Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. What is the following thing I personally wanted to ask you about? Because from my personal perspective, as whoever you like, I think it's very important to share with students not just the information about how to have fun. We have a lot of information like that, and we're happily sharing this with you every single time. At the same time, I think we want to share with students more information about the academical opportunities. What can you do? What can you, this is an empty paper for a lot of students. And when it is a very sad thing when, the student graduates and he's like, oh, I could do that. I could do that. So I had a lot of opportunities. I had a lot of options. So we today, as the hosts and using you as our wonderful lecturer, and lecturer at the same time too. We want to share some very crucial, important things. So guys, you better keep attention because believe me, this is the personal experience of the guy who gained a lot as a student, and I think he can share that with us. So tell us about academic possibilities and opportunities that are not boring, because this is a kind of stupid stereotype that academical opportunities for students, I'm not gonna get them, I'm not gonna take them, I'm not gonna go for them because they are
why do I need another class or something?
Exactly. That's exactly the point, because I finished a different university before that, and I was actually losing my energy, my temptation to do the economic stuff, to do some academia at all. That was not a question at all. But when I came here, I saw that it might be fun. It might be fun if you put yourself in this, if you put your energy in that, if you work on this, and in particularly at Lazarski, you need to be active. Once again, I know it sounds like very one of those motivational videos and stuff, but you need to be active. You need to have some engagement, interest. Yeah, exactly. If you're interested in stuff that you're studying, then you will find yourself someone who will be as interested in that as you are, and probably that will be a teacher, a tutor, a group of students led by a teacher that will help you in this question, right? That's what happened to me. I showed my interest at classes. I was basically invited to a scientific community, and which definitely changed my life. I became a lecturer because I basically
showcase yourself during the class.
Yeah, exactly. I was active. I was participating, and that is why I'm getting sad when I see that the students sometimes are, not only not active, they don't care.
They are passive.
Yeah, or they think that that's boring. It cannot be interesting, which are mistakes.
At the same time, I just want to add a thing that you have to have the interest, you have to be engaged. At the same time, you have to have the courage sometimes to show that you can more than others. And you're not, you're okay with the fact that you can more than others. And this is a very important tips that I think we should give to our students.
I think I should disagree on one little point here, that you don't need to feel like you are better than someone to do something interesting.
Of course.
I mean, maybe someone could misunderstand you at this point, because you don't need to be like excellent person to add finance, economics, management, law, medicine, piloting, whatever you're studying here, right? But you just need to be interested at this, right?
Yeah, but what I meant is that it is okay to want more than other people do. So if you want more than just, regular classes, to go to the class, to read the book, to pass the exam, if you want more, it is a wonderful thing to want more, and to have the courage to show this to your teacher that you point out and you think that, like, okay, this is Yulian, and I think this guy can help me with that, so I'm doing my extra task, I'm doing my extra thing, and I'm coming to him and I'm like, okay, sir, this is the thing. I want to be a cool guy in finance, so take me. This is a very, very great thing to do from my personal perspective as a student too. And I think you will agree
definitely.
On that.
I would paraphrase Gary Becker, the Nobel Prize winner in economics studies, that when he came to the university, when he started studying economics, he was like, I'm not sure that this is going to be my thing. But then he just fell in love with some topics, with some lecturers. Not literally, of course, but then he was like, wow, that's an interesting thing. Of course, I'm making a joke out of it, but still, he was in love with the subject because he was open to it, right?
Okay, but let's go to more details. What kind of academic opportunities we are talking about? Are we talking about Erasmus exchange program, or are we talking about, I don't know, some kind of academic after-class activities organized, or some kind of bodies, student bodies, as you mentioned? What it might be?
I think just tell us your story, because you have all these things inside of your story.
Yes, at some point, yes. Well, first of all, bodies or organizations out of class activities, these are the things that I did, right? I mentioned already the scientific community, which we shared to increase our knowledge in scientific way.
We did a lot of crazy stuff there.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally crazy, scaring for the majority of people.
Who doesn't know? Anastasia was with me there. So
yes,
she knows.
I was there. It was crazy.
On the other hand, the university really supports people who want to do something, right? Who are good at studying. For example, I don't know. It seems like not everyone knows this, but if your average in the end of the year GPA is higher than something, you can get the discount.
4.3, higher than your phone. 4.3.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
thought higher. Right, but anyways, you can get a discount. I got my discount. As a matter of fact, during studying here for 2 years, with some different activities that I did, I saved up for about a year of education. So I got my discount. I won WBG with prize money.
Yes, because we forgot to mention that you actually win money
Yeah, actually,
during Wars of Business game.
and I think the next year when it will come, the money will be bigger.
That's true.
Definitely.
That's
So,
true.
you know, you can just participate in conferences. If you follow your emails, Facebook, you can see that there are some talks with interesting people, which also increases your academia knowledge, increases your academia skill and experience also, right?
Okay, some students might be worried at this point. Okay, sorry, I'm taking a different side here. Okay, because most of the students I'm meeting sometimes are coming from the countries or from the families that they, still education here is expensive. Okay, for some of the students, 4,000 euro per year is simply expensive,
Sure.
plus food and accommodation
Yes.
in Poland, right? So some of the students are really working hard to connect studies and as well some kind of a part-time job so they can earn a little bit money to support themselves, to pay for the accommodation or pay for the food. But you just said that while actually giving a little bit more toward the education, you can as well save some money here, right? So
Sure.
how to find a balance between these, right?
I want to tell you my story. I can't say for others, right? But from my point of view, during studying here, I used to be employed at up to 4 places. It's not like, I've been weight loading stuff at night, nothing like this. I'm not physically strong to do that. But I used to work. I used to support myself financially, fully. And I still work at 3 employers, and I can connect it with my study. Why? Because that's just simple question of time management or the level of your engagement and stuff, right? Of course, you can't work 40 hours per week.
Right, full-time
work.
job.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't. That's impossible. And study, but you can have a job that uses your skills, right? And if you're good at particularly, I don't know, if you are good at some subjects, you can be tutoring others, maybe from maybe school children, right? If you're good
Right.
at math, why not?
You can do it even online now, right?
Yeah, now it's only I think
only
the only
online.
way, right? So this is the thing, right?
Right.
I think it's about the priorities, and what you point out as a student. If you want to find a job, it is possible to find the job, and we have this job and internship department at the university. So if you want to have something that is more connected to your studies than just let me say, I don't know, a waitress or an Uber Eats driver, for example, you can come there.
But
and-
none of the jobs is bad, remember?
Absolutely no.
None of the jobs is bad,
Absolutely not.
but I wanted to go to this point because some students, they are worried. They are abroad for the first time in their life. This is first time they are ever in Poland, and they want to find some kind of a job. Share your experience. How you were finding your jobs? You said you had 3 or 4. Wow.
Yeah. So at the moment, I have 3 of them, as I mentioned, and one of them, which brings me about 45-50% of my income, is the one that I found at the job fair at Lazarski. I'm telling you the truth. That's what happened. So at the first month, I think in the end of October of 2018, there was a job fair at Lazarski.
It's November. It was November.
It was November.
It was November.
I made a mistake, sorry. So there was this couple of very nice girls. I talked to them, and before everything started, I helped them with something. They were having a problem with stand. And then when they put it up, I came to them and asked, what is it that you're doing, guys? They explained that to me, and it was interesting. So I got in. I went through the interviewing and all kinds of stuff. And That's how I
Okay.
did.
Now there is no job fair because every year we were organizing this event in November for all of our students. We were doing it regularly every year. But of course, because of the coronavirus pandemic, physically it's impossible to invite all those companies here on the campus and have a crowd of people looking for jobs. Okay, so what are the other options? Okay, there is a Lazarski career office that is helping
did
you
it.
finding a job. Can you tell us more about this? How does it work?
It's actually an interesting experience because when I came there, it wasn't just that they redirect you to some pracuj.pl or
Yeah,
LinkedIn
portals,
or
job
something.
portals.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, you can do it yourself, which you should definitely. You should because that's another way to do it. They also give you some help on your CV. They provide you with some tips. I actually did some kind of a task for what are my skills, what my strong sides and weak sides,
Yeah.
which was helpful then because it pointed out me to what directions I should look at, right?
This is a psychological testing showing your professional preferences, right? You can do this as well in our department.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
very useful. Like, I mean, a lot of students just don't really, you just don't go there and you don't try. And then,
Right.
you know, so the advice from us, you just have to go there, you have to send the CV, you have to try, and believe us, it is a very, very common thing that is happening at Lazarski University, that
Right.
job and the internship department finds
Let's
job.
go to a LinkedIn. Do you think it's good to have your account on LinkedIn and really a nice one? Okay, nice one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not
I agree.
without a photo, blank space. Is it important to have your
I
profile
don't
there?
want to say anything unnice to anyone, but if you do not have a nice profile on LinkedIn, you will not get a real nice job. Unless it's a very specific case. The second job that I got was from LinkedIn.
Amazing,
It's a
amazing.
real-
So you know it in practice.
yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
You were an amazing example for the empirical study that we're having
Right.
today.
So,
thank you.
because guys, remember, as a person, that sometimes I'm employing someone in our team too, and looking for a new employees, right? I would tell you that not sometimes, nowadays everyone does that. It's not only important the resume that you've sent and I've got into my email box, right? But as well, sorry. Everyone is stalking a bit, okay? And everyone is making a research, right? So searching on LinkedIn account, Facebook account,
I wanna
Instagram,
Yes.
invest in it.
Instagram account. Believe me, people, they do it. So whatever you put there in public is so important. It
It
gives
is.
a good impression about you because none of the big amazing corporations, right, will take a person that has some
Yeah.
improper things on
Well.
Facebook or half empty LinkedIn.
Yes, that's true. It happened to me one time. I was applying for a job, and the guy who was recruiting me, he opened the laptop. I was sitting like we're sitting here. He opened the laptop, and he opened my Facebook profile, and he started reading it out loud. You know, my posts, everything that I'm sharing. I was like,
What did you mean
oh,
by that, right?
Jesus Christ, I have to really take care of
Yeah,
this
guys,
stuff.
and so this is so important. Exactly, this is what I'm heading to. Remember that whatever you are posting in public and in the internet, it stays there forever.
Yeah.
Forever, guys.
Yeah.
And so remember, before you post any half-naked photo or some kind of really improper words, remember that these things may come up one day. If not today, then it will come up in a week time. And
When you were a lecturer at the university, for example.
or someone is just investigating about your person, because remember that sometimes I have a feeling that students who are coming are forgetting that you are not a machine. No one is judging you only as a machine that can count and do accounting job or economic job or something. No, when they are taking you to the company, they are taking the whole human. So they want to know if your personality, if your skills, if your beliefs, if your values, they match to the whole company setup, right? So it's so important there. I just wanted to mention that to you. Please remember about this, guys, okay?
I've never had any half naked or naked photos on my
It was
Facebook
just
or
an
wherever.
example, okay? It was
That's
just
what,
an example.
But
So don't, his students, you won't find anything. You can stop Googling.
yes, stop stalking me. But if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see that it is clean. It's not empty. It has some things. It has my photos. It has my contact details. It has my work experience. Because Facebook for me is rather a work social network, just like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like top. It's only for work. It's not for unrelated business at all.
I post selfies on my Facebook, so you know.
No,
Nothing
that's
wrong
fine.
with selfies, right?
It's fine.
Yeah, I
It's
think it's
you.
fine.
And your interest, whatever you do additional,
Yep.
okay, is good. But for example, I'm just giving you an example that I heard personally, okay? I'm sorry, I have to say that. Is the person watching it? I, for example, once got a comment, you know, from a colleague of mine who was going through my Facebook, and I heard a comment, oh, every weekend there is a photo of a party. You know, friends, partying, alcohol, okay, drinks or something, and food, of course, because it's the typical party. And I heard a comment, are you having an, you know, life problem you cannot balance, or do you have to drink alcohol every weekend? On the beginning, of course, I felt offended, like, wow, I have a right to party with my friends as much as I want, right? And drink whatever I want. But on the other hand side, you know, I thought it
Yeah.
over again. And that's truth. Whatever you put in public, not for your friends, but in public for everyone, might be understood by someone in a wrong way.
Yeah,
That's
That's
why
true.
we are just emphasizing this. This is important. Okay, what kind of tips you would give to a person to enrich profile on LinkedIn, or maybe enrich your resume? Okay, because if you're giving it just empty with your photo and okay, I graduated high school and then I just graduated studies and it's blank, there's nothing interesting there. What kind of things young person could do to enrich profile?
you know, the tip is simply as put on your Facebook or whatever some things that you would not be embarrassed in front of your grandma. I don't know. I would put it that way, you know. So if you can't show it to your grandma, then probably you shouldn't put it on Facebook. And also, you should provide the maximum amount of your contact information, but please don't be too much of it, because you know stalkers are everywhere. So put up your information about your experiences. Show your strong sides. Like if you know how to do something, show it. Right? If you are great at Excel, just show it. For example, share a post, a selfie. Oh, I made it such a great spreadsheet today. You're going to lose your mind, guys. Right? So why not?
Yeah.
This is what you can do.
I'm thinking about something because okay, sometimes some students are not able, or maybe they are not open enough to take part in different kind of initiatives and academic initiatives that we talked before. But I'm thinking about things online, right? Because we are giving the advices now that can be worth
Yeah.
and valid in the world of online world. So would you recommend, for example, they are free of charge Google certifications, or different companies are now doing some kind of short online skills gaining class, and at the end you are getting an online certificate. Would you recommend to take part in it?
Hurt. Come on, it will never hurt, because if you have your CV and in a space for skills you say that you finished some course of how to turn on your computer, it sounds better than just
nothing.
saying that
Yeah.
you know how to turn your computer, right? So if it doesn't cost you anything, or even if it costs you a little, why not do that?
Right, and there's so many such a things now online.
Yeah.
Believe me, guys. And you might think, okay, that using Excel or doing amazing presentations in Prezi, or just knowing how to prepare documents in proper Microsoft program is easy, and everyone know it. No, it's not. And if you will have these skills, really, it is important to have the classes online, even to have the certificates. And I believe that this kind of certificates are really valid, because at least it means this person is super active. This person want to do something with life, right?
Yeah, active person is needed everywhere. Like
Yes,
and
that's true.
No one would. Okay, no one wants passive people, right?
Right.
Forgive me for saying that, right? But no one wants them. But everyone wants active person who will bring something new to your life. And besides this, when you do some courses like that, you learn a lot. For example, I used to think that Excel is a boring thing for people who do bookkeeping. Nothing wrong with bookkeeping, but when recently I caught myself thinking that I feel a great joy, like incredible amount of joy, when I have a particular task in Excel and I need to made it automatic, and I do it using some formulas. I feel so powerful.
Satisfaction, you know, this
What is your superpower,
scientific
right? What is your
satisfaction.
superpower?
Exactly.
That's amazing. Okay,
Listen.
so active.
Yes, active. Because I just wanted to add that sometimes it's not always about knowledge, but about how you behave and how you act with the knowledge that you already have.
And I guess as well how flexible you are.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because guys, we said that last time. We said that last time, okay? That everyone hates the situation it is now, okay? We can of course sit here with you for 1 hour and we hate pandemic, so we hate this kind of class, right? We could. But on the other hand side, you need to search opportunities how to use the situation
Yes.
for yourself, okay, for you to gain something. And that's the difference between passive and active person, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm giving you a kudos on that. I'm getting sick of people when who are telling me that it's pandemic. When I ask them,
Yeah.
how are you doing? How do you fight boredom or something? That's pandemic, and come on, that doesn't work like that, right? You can do stuff when you're at home. It's not the 16th century that there is nothing at home.
Only
You've got-
cow. Only
Yeah,
cow.
you've got everything. You've got everything in this piece of metal, right? With microcircuits. You can reach the world. You can learn the world. You can experience the world through your computer or your mobile phone. Why not? Why not do that?
Yeah, and even if you are shy, let's assume, or even maybe because okay, I will give you my own example. Sometimes I'm feeling so lazy. Okay, everyone does. Okay, everyone is a little bit of a couch potato, and after classes, maybe part-time job.
Yeah.
Maybe you have some personal problems. Okay, maybe it's autumn or winter coming, and you feel a little bit down or depressed because there's not enough sun, or maybe of some other things, right? But it's such a big difference when you are trying to turn the things into your favor. And is it okay? Is it okay to ask for help?
Sure, why not? I mean,
And who would you ask for help?
whoever is reachable,
Is it
start with
shameful to ask? Yeah. Is it shameful, for example, to approach a professor like, "Professor, I'm a little bit passive at your class. It's because maybe it's not my favorite subject, but I would like to do something. Could you give me an advice?"
I cannot speak for everyone, but I after speaking to Anastasia, I know that when someone has a problem and they come to you and they want some help,
Or advice?
yeah,
Just
nothing.
to talk to. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what they want,
Me,
actually.
personally, if I would have to spend another hour working just to help a student, I would, because that shows that they are interested.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't do
true.
it for a person, who doesn't show any interest, right? Who isn't active, who didn't ask me to. But if you come to me, say, Mr. Yulian, I've got a problem. I don't understand this. I've got office hours. We can spend some time learning this, discussing this. If this is not related to studies per se, you can just, I don't know, we still can discuss it.
You can just
If
talk.
if you trust
Right.
me enough, go on. I want you to trust me, right?
Okay, this is. I'm not asking this without a reason. Okay, I'm not just just throwing any stones into the water. No, I just wanted to emphasize this again. That I was not always very active person. Okay, at some subjects I was super non-active. Okay, I was sitting in the last row like statistics class. Okay, and I was praying that the professor doesn't see me. Okay, the thing is, and what I'm speaking is, even if you don't know what to do, or maybe you have this personality, you're not very outgoing. Okay, remember that always there will be someone around you who will be happy to help you.
That's true.
Normally, the mistake is not to ask, not to try, because this is a mistake that people do. They assume that this is shameful to come and ask. This is shameful to approach.
No, it's
No, this person that was asked actually feels good,
Yeah.
because you feel like chosen person, like that someone trusts you and value you to come and ask for support, right?
That's true.
So guys, don't be shy.
Yeah.
The more you ask some people, the more they feel trustworthy and the more
Valid.
and
Right.
maybe they will help even more people because
Yeah,
they feel like they
That's
can.
true. At the same time, I feel like we can talk, like three of us, we can talk
Yeah.
for
Oh, we have so many
for
questions.
hours. Not so many, but at the same time, The first thing that I want to read the message for you, Yulian. You are amazing and you are translating very cool things. Thank you. The second one,
Was it
Yulian.
my mom?
Thank you. No, it's not. It's
Okay.
my student. I just, told him, this is my ex-classmate. Just write something very nice, friendship and all. Anyways, I'm joking or not. You never know. The next thing that we're having, Yulian. Thank you for all advices. So people are
You're welcome,
thankful.
guys. Come on.
So you see, you can ask, ask about the advices. You can just, you can email your lecturer like, okay, not man, but Mister, Sir, I'm very depressed, or I don't understand anything in your subject. But the more you ask, the better outcome you have. At the same time, I want to get to the question that, by the way, guys, the time for questions is now. So please,
Time is up.
yes,
Come on.
time is up. So he's a very interesting guy. He really has a lot of things to share with you. We have a question for you and for me at the same time. This is the question. But you know what? I want to add something. I just want to add something from your story about the academic opportunities. So this is just, a 15 seconds story. We came here as the students. We didn't have any friends. We didn't have any teachers as a friends. We didn't know anyone. So we came from different parts of the world, okay? I finished my bachelor in Poland. He didn't finish his bachelor in Poland, but back in Ukraine. So
Exactly.
we were, with completely different background and with everything. So we're very different types of students. You have a student who is always very active, who is always reading, who is always preparing for the exams, and you have just the active students who just pass the exams and everything. So he's the first one, I'm the second one.
Did you just call me a nerd?
No, I didn't. I just thought for a
joking.
second, then I was like, no. And then we were invited to the science community that was created by Dr. Beck, a wonderful mathematician that you're having classes with. Don't miss his classes, never. And now we are waiting for some event in our life that is about to happen soon. And what we're gonna do? Okay, we had the kind of competition. So this is a story about how the things are happening at Lazarski University. Our supervisor came to us and he said, okay guys, if you want to have a nice thesis, I'm gonna print you in a book. And it was a personal competition. So we had a lot of, our classmates, and we knew that it was just 2 places for 2 people. And you are seeing these 2 people right now.
Oh,
Basically,
right.
that was us.
Oh.
And I just want to emphasize that, it doesn't matter which country you're from. It doesn't matter which language you speak. Sure, think you have to speak English after all. But there are a lot of opportunities. You just have to look for them. And believe me, if you look for one opportunity, the second one will find you immediately, because we didn't stalking our
It comes in
teachers.
a chain,
Yes,
right?
it
It's
is.
like a snowball effect,
It is a snowball effect, and this is a very important thing that I just thought we have to share. So, we're having a question you're going to answer first. How do you maintain balance between teaching and being buddies with your students? Is it difficult for fresh graduates?
Well, not much. Well, I was a bit scared of this. I'm telling you the truth. I was a bit scared that I would be teaching people with whom I entered the university together, because the third year students are basically the students who I entered the university together in 2018. But I tried to position myself as a teacher in a classroom. I still am a friendly guy, and if in class you want to be friendly, I'm all for it, definitely. But I just don't know. It just comes naturally, because
Yeah.
I'm kind of person like that. I can naturally have both formal and friendly relationship with people easily. That's my thing, probably.
I think we have to care about the boundaries, because the correct placing of the boundaries will lead everyone, us as lecturers and students as our students, to the better outcome. And I am trying very much to be very friendly. We cannot say that to each other. We just have to ask our students, right? But it is a very important thing. After my first class, that was offline, I had just one wish. I wanted to come to Dr. Beck and I wanted to apologize for the time when I was late, when I was, picking up my phone during the lecture or something like this. So I basically came and I said, I'm so sorry when I was late, because, I know that some students, it's not a disrespectful something, but it is definitely very interesting experience. It is not hard for us, I think, because we just do this naturally. Like,
I mean, I've got educational background. I've been teaching, okay, other subjects, but before this, so I'm teacher for 4 years. It's not a new experience
yeah,
for me.
yeah,
A new subject, yes, but generally, that's okay.
yeah. That's okay for me too. I mean, I love this thing. I literally love all of the students, even those who miss my classes and those who I really don't have any idea who are they. But I think, yes, I think we'll just have to ask the students, at the end of the year, how did they like our classes, and
Right.
was it cool? Because this is something.
Should send some kind of a
Yeah,
questionnaire.
this is well, we have that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
every year. By the way, we have every year a questionnaire given to
Awesome.
all of the students, which of course you are filling in without your name and surname, and you can give the grades to the teachers. It really matters, and I'm reading them sometimes later on and checking what is the quality of the
Yeah.
teaching. So you will be able to give your
I'm
opinions
so
there.
anxious to see this. I'm
Me
really
too.
curious.
too.
I
Right.
really would like to see that.
Okay, guys, because we have to start wrapping the things up. I think we touched so many important things today. Yeah, we have a question.
Oh.
So yeah, let's answer to it before we will start some new topic today that we think is very important to start a discussion before the next meeting with you. So let's read the question.
We have a very interesting question for you to answer. What can you advise to future third-year students about their thesis?
Okay. Yeah. I know what to say. It goes in line with all I have said before. Just do whatever you're interested in. Please don't do a formal stuff like. Okay, I will not give examples, but don't do stuff that you're not curious about.
Tell them about your thesis.
Yeah,
for God's
you know
sake.
what my thesis was. My thesis was about the connection between abortion rate and crime rate. I didn't do it knowing that things will happen in Poland. So
the
I
way it
probably-
happened.
Yeah, I was some kind of looking forward in future.
Prophets, yeah.
But no, I just did it because of one of my favorite book. Everyone should read it, especially if you're an economist. It's Free Economics. Please do it. You must read it. So do whatever you're interested in. I know for a fact that those people around me who wrote their thesis on topics that were at least interesting for them, at maximum capacity they were fan of these topics, then they had fun writing it,
Yeah.
even though it is complicated and sometimes
I
crunch
mean, we
time.
had fun when we were working
I did.
on our
I
thesis.
really did. I know for a fact that people around me did too.
Yeah.
But those who did some things formal, very classical, and
It was just boring.
yeah, unless you're interested in this. We have a friend from third year. That I don't know. Should I name him?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, so there is a person X who wrote, as for me, very classical, very formal, and okay, let's be frank, boring topic. But I could see that he was frankly interested in this. So why not? He was great at this, and he excelled at it 100%.
Okay, so don't choose a boring topic. Don't choose a topic
For
that,
you.
Yeah,
for
boring
yourself,
for
that you are
yourself.
not interested in it. What about timing
Time-
and time management?
do everything on time.
Yeah.
Do not wait until the last day. I'm telling this to my students about their project that they have due in the end of this week. I'm not sure if at least some of them started, but guys, please start.
I mean, it is possible to write your thesis in 2 weeks' time, okay? Especially when we're talking about bachelor thesis, like 35 pages. Guys, you can write it in one night. But if you want to have a good feedback, if you want to have a good supervisor, you have to respect your work, you have to respect your supervisor, you have to respect the whole system. So I'm just saying that if you're choosing, I don't know, the timetable, first of all, you all get the timetable of your thesis on the SOB. Like,
And from
an
your
assistant
teachers.
from program director, yes.
Right.
And you just really have to understand what you. I think you can say that too. That if you want to write just a thesis to finish the university and to forget it as a nightmare, well, you don't have to really care. You just have to write something, right? 35 pages or something. But believe us, your thesis can later on help you very much in a lot of
You know-
prospects of your life.
Just from my experience, I would add that if you do it on time, you will have so much time to bring everything to perfection. As a perfectionist myself, I was not. I will never be completely happy with what I do, but I'm moving towards perfection, and this is great, right? I feel great when I move towards something. And when your work is closer to perfection, you are getting closer to some accomplishments. For example, a book. That's a great thing. Yeah, I'm proud of. I'm proud to say that at the age of my age, that let's keep it secret. I am writing a book. I also want to try to participate in a competition for best diploma thesis. I hope you remember about it.
Of course I do.
Yeah. So I want to participate. Maybe I will win. Maybe I will not. But it will be a fun experience. If I do, I will get some feedback. I don't remember what was the prize.
You're gonna call your granny, your mother,
yeah,
your father.
You
You're
can
gonna say
how
people.
proud are my parents of the fact that this is a book. They don't understand a word in this.
Yes.
Because they are not economists. But anyways,
That's the same
fact,
thing.
right? I will be walking very proudly in my school in my hometown, showing it to my economics teacher, who really inspired me into economics.
Wow,
Well,
that's amazing.
That's amazing because I had the opposite. I had a
Right.
best start as my mother had.
So-
It's great.
So, guys, so these are the advices for thesis, right? Procrastination. Read about it. Don't do it. Okay. just work the things in the due time, and this is going to save your ass in a lot of life situation, right?
That's true.
Because soon our time is finishing. Time of our meeting is finishing. We wanted to wrap up with one more last topic, which, guys, is not easy. It's not easy to talk about it.
But we
It's
have
not
to.
easy to listen to it. Because it's this is always a topic that brings lots of discussion, lots of emotions, negative or positive. But actually, we want to bring your emotions here, and we would like to talk about tolerance because we got this subject as one of the subjects that should be discussed.
Yes.
That you want to discuss
You.
it, right? This is a subject that I should not be aware to speak of because, okay, I'm a Polish person in my own country, right? But students that we are talking to, and you yourself, both of you, you are foreigners. You came to Poland at some point, okay, a few years ago, longer, shorter, doesn't matter. You are a little bit different than maybe Polish people. Maybe you have a different religion. Some of our students, they have a different skin color. They have a different traditions, and other things, right? As well, mentality, point of views, other things. So I wanted to ask. Do you find yourself comfortable in Poland when it comes to the tolerance that this nation tasted you with? Do you feel yourself comfortable here, welcomed? What kind of things you would bring up here?
You know, I would probably separate these two questions because do I feel comfortable? I do. As a matter of fact, when I was coming here, to be perfectly honest, I was having lower expectations, worse expectations.
Me too.
I thought that Poland is going to be worse for me, but I fell in love, especially with Warsaw. I really fell in love with Warsaw. I like the city. I can say that I love it. I do not regret my decision to move here. And this was just great. On the other hand, do I feel good about my ethnic background? I personally haven't had any problems with it, thanks God, but I know that some people may have it. And I know that Poland is moving towards higher degree of tolerance, and this is just great. However, it's not complete route, right? I used to live in the USA for some time, and well, the level of tolerance is higher there, and this is almost a level that people from other countries should look up to. It's not perfect still, but you can look up to it, and I hope that one day Poland, maybe with me in it, becomes so tolerated.
What kind of advice would you give to any of our students who might face different kind of ways of intolerance in their life and on different levels, right? Because now I want to, put the stick in the middle of the fireplace. And we have students who are coming from different continents. So obviously they have a different skin color. So this is something obvious. This is something you cannot hide, right? We have students who are of a different religious, not always Christian religion, yeah, which is mainly here in Europe. So because of this, obviously you can see this difference in religion, right? Because maybe they are dressing a different way, or maybe they simply have a behave different way, right? They do something or they don't do something, or maybe some of our students have a different sexual orientation, right? So what kind of advice would you give to any of our students or any person that might ever face some kind of intolerance or unpleasant moments because of that?
First of all, if you are experiencing any kind of problems with who you are, don't care about something that doesn't hurt you physically, at least. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you're from. Be proud of your skin color. Be proud of who are you sexually attracted to, whatever. But just be proud of who you are, and if you can, try to show the person who wants to harass you that they are wrong. Most of the time, I know that most of the time, the people who harass other people because of some reasons, nation, race, sexual orientation,
Or sometimes because of their own fear,
that's
or,
exactly,
or lack of knowledge, or
that
lack of
exactly
knowledge.
is the fact that people do not understand. People are scared. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I read an article that a great amount of people who are homophobic are actually have had in their life some latent homosexual inclination. Let's put it this way. So if, for example, at the age of 14, I would look at a guy and be, at the moment, at least for a moment, sexually attracted to, I would get scared. And if I get to it, if it happens to me, I might be scared for the rest of my life. And if there is no one to explain to me that this was fine, that is okay, you can stick with it, or you can change your mind later on, or you can, I don't know, date both.
Just
whatever.
the most important things: validate it, explore it.
Understand yourself.
Understand yourself, right?
Yeah.
What is inside you, right?
Yeah, and that is why I'm hearing a lot about this, that there is too much of tolerance everywhere. How can it be too much, right? I mean, if let's imagine I'm a person of different religion, and some people tell me that your religion is wrong, or you cannot be here. They just don't know this, right? They don't understand that I'm just a person. Treat me as a person, unless, of course, I force my rules, my ideas and beliefs on you forcefully, and this is not okay, right? It should be reported to some, I don't know, police, for example, or something like this. If someone tells you you need to believe in my God, right? Nothing like this, but you need to understand and understand other people and help them understand you. If
In peaceful way, of course.
Yes, I've heard a lot of times that people get scared of members of some religion. So if you are a member of this religion, explain that you're not going to harass anyone.
Yeah, it's just because of the lack of the knowledge, no?
Right.
Exactly, lack of the knowledge.
Right.
You know what?
And we have to close this wonderful meeting with those
That is
sentences.
That is awful.
Yeah. As a last sentence, I only can say that, guys, whatever tolerance you demand from other people toward you, remember that it works both ways. So you have to give it to others. So you want others to love you and cherish just for the who you are. Do the same to others. This is a golden rule to live in peace.
Totally agree with it.
To live in peace and good terms with everyone, right? So, guys, we wanted to thank you so much for being here with us. Really,
Thank
it's
you
a
very much.
great pleasure and honor for us. Thanks
Yulian,
to
thank
our
you so
amazing
much.
guests.
It was great.
It was great to
was a
talk
great
to you.
Right.
experience.
Thank you for all the questions that we got, right, to the participants. We still hope that you will be less passive.
Yes, and we still, we're looking forward for all the things that you have in your mind. Lazarski Student Help Desk Instagram, you can just boom the page. If you want to see the Yulian, for example, as our next guest too, you can just let us know.
Or some other guests. Remember that we want to repeat exactly the same thing that we said last time at the end. Please, you have 3 days from today to let us know what kind of other guests or what kind of other topics you would like to discuss with us next time. So see you next Monday. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.